Hey, Deba from Osaka here, and this time we are reviewing the next match, which I believe is going to be Enel versus Lucy, which is very exciting. I'm gonna quickly just jump forward to the start of the match, skip the setup, and then we'll go from there. So that's a pretty good starting hand for Lucy, assuming they can find a Cavendish. If they can find a Cavendish, it is a really strong hand. They're seeing so much cycles, so much of everything they need. But without the Cavendish, the hand is actually quite weak, so I guess we'll have to find out. And hopefully we'll see the Enel side here in a second. I've played a lot of Enel. I've been playing it for months now, ever since the cards were first announced. Living in Osaka, I had access to them quite early, managed to get a lot of testing done. Oh, here we go. Strong hand. They want to see a Holy, but if you have a hand that strong, you've basically got a lot of cycle. You can use the full combo of Mamaragra, Kiten, and Lightning Dragon on the Cavendish, resting and freezing it before it can even attack. And then you've got Ohm for cycle and even further power reduction. And then on curve, you can play one of your Ledger Buddies. So, assuming you get a 4-drop Cavendish on the Lucy side, you are laughing. And so is the NL. This is going to be a crazy game. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Sabo winning the dice roll though has a pretty strong advantage, but we're going to have to see. Oh, he's got it. Straight away. That is so good for him. That's crazy good actually. So he's got perfect curve, and now he just needs to find a 7 Sabo and something to play off it over the next like 4 turns. Finds another 1 cost off the draw from the Ohm, which will allow him to get an extra draw and establish 2 early bodies. This is really good because he can essentially swing into the Viola after swings into 1 weenie with the other, or he can save it for later for another 6k swing at lead with leader ability, which can easily be a 7k if he wishes. And another Lightning Dragon and another Mamara Grab, which is really good. Wow. This is a battle of high rolling, which both of them want to see this being so far into the top cut. 1 draw from stage, nothing too special. And then the Rebecca is hoping to find a Sabo here, or a Fire Fist to play off it. Instead not. So you can choose Event or Buddy Buddy Pistol here. Really depends just on personal preference. Depends if he thinks the Holy is going to come out or if there's something else he's worried about. Picks the Event, going for the long game versus Enel, so he's definitely happy to just pick up a lot of counter, a lot of like card advantage. Yeah, perfect. Oh, another small body to play this turn, so if he doesn't draw Holy off the top, he can play one of the small bodies, ramp back up, and then be ready for the 6-cost Enel next turn. So definitely see the Satori coming down here, and then probably a swing with lead, and then a swing with Shura, if I had to guess. Though it is possible that he wants to save all of his little guys. Alright, so far so good. His event, or rather his stage to trash an event. Perfect. Satori will come down, minus the Dawn from under the lead, or not. Okay, small little optimizations, doesn't matter. Okay, 4 onto Shura, yep. And then another 6 most likely. 7. Well, there you go. Nothing wrong with playing very aggressive early. So we'll see the Viola swing into the Shura here, we'll see Event into Cavendish to draw 2, trash 1, and then draw an additional event, or rather just an additional card, which will be really, really, really strong. I don't feel there's any chance to not see a Sabo on curve, especially, well, assuming that the NL didn't have the unstoppable combo. Cavendish would also be swinging next turn, but it's going to get stopped in its tracks, which is absolutely crazy. quite sure what he's thinking about. Only thing I can consider is... Ooh. Okay, that works. So then the 5k is going into leader. Okay. So he's just going to take another shot at the Shuro later. Here we go. Does he find his first Sabo? Not yet. Most likely discarding stage. Yep. Playing out the Cavendish, and then drawing one additional card for leader ability. You can then put the additional Don to dig deeper. Yep. He's hoping for a Cavendish or a Sabo here. Wow. I would take the Cavendish here. Yeah. Good, good. Nothing wrong with taking any of those though. They all serve the same purpose, but 3 events in hand is a bit rough. Each giving you 3k, but you don't want to leave 3 Don over. Especially since you want to be using your Rebecca's earlier. The Rebecca, if you don't know, is only blocker if it has a Don attached. Which means if you want to play your 7-cost Sabo and your Rebecca, it leaves you with 2 Don. So having 3 events in hand is kind of inefficient. So very strong swing turn here. 6-cost Enel will come down, followed by Lightning Dragon on the Cavendish. Then immediately followed by Momoragram on the Cavendish. 2 swings into the Cavendish. And then freezing the Cavendish. Choosing to hold the Lightning Dragon in hand. Interesting. Nothing wrong with that. I'd say that's personally a bit risky. I would personally save the Ohm for later. But if he has mathed out something that I can't see, hey, all the power to him. There's a reason he's there, and I bombed out of this event in round 6. Okay. Most likely what we'll see now is leader ability. 6/6 into the 5-cost Cavendish, followed by freezing it. Unless he's gonna fit it down to 4 and get it dead. Which is also super fair. It's actually quite strong. Nope. Okay, here we go. Okay. So let's see, 6 into 5 here. Or is he gonna go... He can still technically do it now, because he can still Lightning Dragon and Kiten or Lightning Beast. Ooh. That's gonna stay on the top, I'm guessing. You want that Lightning Beast. Surely. You already have your play for next turn. You get to dig deeper next turn. Whoa. Okay, okay. Okay. Another 6k into the 5k, burning another 2k counter. Ditching it as a 2k using the stage. And now freezing the Cavendish. I'm guessing he's going to elect not to use the Enel ability unless he's worried about pudding. But if my opponent puddings in this position, I know I've won the game, so I'm not too worried. I would simply pause the turn. This is very strong. Cavendish did not even get one swing. And he had to spend a 4k counter just to have it on the field. Does he want to protect the Ohm? No, he does not. Oop. Cheeky. Very cheeky. Alright, so this is why I wouldn't personally swing at the Ohm. I'd rather swing at the Shura. Because now your Ohm is gonna die. And that Ohm could be one of the crucial elements you need to get your opponent's Sabo down to freeze range. Especially since he's got so many Lightning Dragons in hand. Whoa, he got everything he needed off that. That was incredibly lucky. He can even play another Cavendish this turn if he wishes. Especially since he used a Mamaragram early to protect the Shura of all things. What was it, the Ohm? No, I'm pretty sure it's the Shura. Yep, Ohm is dead. Very unfortunate. You really want to keep that Ohm on the field. But I guess he just valued the 2k more. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Try increase the Japanese commentary sound just a little. Just so you can hear like some of the ambient card sleeve shuffling sounds and such. So I'm pretty sure the plan here will be the same. Play another Enel. 6/6 into 5. And we'll see how that goes. Ideally, you don't want to swing your Enels here, because your opponent is going to sub into 5 his next turn, and they will simply brush it off, and you will lose your Enel. Alright, so bring the Cavendish once again down to 5. And we're going to go probably just seeing 6/6 into it again, burning another 4k counter, and then freezing. And Sabo eventually has to give. You can't keep burning 4k counter every turn, even if you're I need to stop calling him Sabo. Even Lucy, with a billion cards, just can't burn that much for that long. Alright, 6 into 5. Oh, I'm on top. That's good. What? I am shocked by that, honestly. There's a free Ohm. It's free! You could very easily... are you serious? You could play Satori with that one active Dawn, grab the Ohm, or you could just Lightning Dragon the Cavendish and grab the Ohm. And then you could Pudding to reset what's on top. But let's see if he gets what he... See, this is why I'd like the Ohm. But we'll see. No swing. Deny complete value from the Fire Fist. However, the minus 8k from the Fire Fist is lingering, meaning that even if you can't kill the NL, it'll be useless next turn. But then you can just set it up as a blocker, as by the time your opponent's next turn starts up, it'll be completely fine again. Okay. 6k lead. I'm pretty sure... Oh, you just need to take. You do not have any 2ks. Whoa. Okay, that's good at least. That is technically a 2k. Pitch the Holy. Did he find another sub? So, you can do this instead, which is crazy actually. I did not consider that. So, Sabo into double attack 9k add lead here. And draw 2 cards. And then draw an additional card from leader ability. Wow. So +1 in hand. After establishing a body, and now swinging 9k double attack. Let's see. Wow, and the Enels are not active. Q-Sen double attack, 9k double. He needs to pray for no Pudding now. Wow. He also needs to kill one of these Cavendishes. He's got 1 freeze left. Needs to play a third Enel. followed by Kitan and Lightning Dragon, I believe. If only he had an O. That he drew off Lightning Dragon and then played with the remaining Don. Instead, no, he needs to print the 2k from his hand. Alright, let's see how this goes. You could also go 10-10 into both the Cavendishes, but you don't want this game to draw out too long. Alright, let's see. Kiten comes out because he really wants that 2k as well. Should be fine, I think, though. -1, game blocker. So he now has a 10k blocker, and more importantly, if he decides to use leader ability now, he will regain 1 active Don, as he has returned 1 to his Don deck to be reset. Excellent. Lead. What an interesting choice. There's a chance he just jams. Because now if he goes 10, no, he goes 7, 10, 14 lead. Or maybe he tries to force out with a 7. Leader ability plus active Don on Saltori. Try force out the Sabo blocker. Then 14 into Sabo and 10 into Cavendish. This is also good. So 10k into Cavendish means that if he blocks the Sabo and a 2k, that Sabo is eating a 14, so he has no choice there. So if he's gonna go for a 7 or a 6, he needs to do it now. Here we go. Okay, gets to look at top 2. Hopefully I can call it right this time. I guess top. Because he's got 1 turn's worth of Enels left. That's crazy. Bro's in desperate need of 2Ks. Bro's got 2 more turns of big buddies to play. And he's definitely gonna lose on next turn. Wow. Straight into Cavendish. Just gonna go block into probably 2k. Yep. Good. So we'll see the Lightning Dragon come out here, freezing the other Cavendish. Charmburu. Lightning Dragon, draw 1. Freezing the Cavendish. Enel is in a very strong position right now. If he didn't get hit by that double attack, he would be... oh, his position would be indescribably strong right now. Alright, let's see. He doesn't have... he's got 1 chance. He needs to see the Sabo here, or the game is over. Okay, he's got 1 more chance. Grab the Viola and you go again. You need to grab that Viola. You don't have a choice. Oh shit. This is bad. This is the only weakness of Lucy, is not seeing all your pieces. He's gonna have to ditch a Rebecca here as well. Which he really doesn't want to do. He's probably gonna spend some time calculating how much he's searched. Here we go. Here it needs to be here. No! That's crazy. I guess you just need to keep digging, because you have such a strong presence already that you can dig for 1 turn. So objectively, if he goes 3 here, he should find it. Is he threatening the solo? Okay, no. Okay. So he still gets Spring's leader up to 8. In and he gets to bring one of the Enels down to 2. The only thing is it'll then be blocked by the active blocker Enel. And the only thing he can do then is swing with the Sabo into that broken Enel. But if he does that, he's going to eat like 11, 16 lead. Okay. Simply disabling the blocker. And we'll get 1 draw here. Sorry, Lucy will grab 1 draw here. I'm still very not good at commentating. It's a funny graphic. Alright, 8k at face. Can't take this. Roger is a very present threat. But he does have the minus 1k and the Sanji. Sure. Very easily counter out. Whoa. What's he considering? He can't take this or the game is instantly over. He does not want to block because he's going to lose so much pressure and ability to continue playing the game. He does want to keep L4 plus Kiten because it essentially adds an extra card. So let's say you're swinging 10 of Enel into 9 of Sabo. They just use 1 2k. But if you bring the Enel up to 11 with L4 and bring the Sabo down to 8 with Kiten, it then means you need 2 2ks instead of 1. And it's a very, very good threshold. If you add 1 Don, for a single Don investment, let's say the Don you get back for the leader effect, it's just so strong. It just pushes them so far behind. But here he goes. Yep. Perfect. Good play by the Enel. Okay. So what we're most likely going to see here is we're going to see 2 blocker Enels go up. So he's going to have 2 10k blockers, and he's going to swing like crazy with everything else directly at lead. Oh, actually, he's out of Lightning Dragons. He's going to have to deal with that Cavendish first. No way. Here it goes. Wow. He has to block, and remember that Enel is minus 8k from the Fire Fist. Only thing is, Sabo is gonna eat dirt. So we're most likely gonna see 5, 7, 10, 10. One of those 10s will probably go straight at the Cavendish. Could also go 14 at the Sabo. That'll probably put him so far ahead, especially since he knows that the opponent doesn't have a Sabo. Yep. So we're gonna see, I would say, is a 10k swing at that Cavendish. Followed by a 14k swing at that Sabo. Maybe 15k. That might be worth the L-Thor, or it might be worth the Kiten in hand. And from there you have an active blocker, 10k. Your opponent has nothing left on the field. I would say we see the L-Thor here, taking out the Rebecca blocker and allowing for a 15 into 9. Kiten as well. -1 on the Cavendish. Okay, so wants to send leader swing into the Cavendish. Not bad, not bad. Just burning every card he has. Goodbye, Rebecca. Goodbye, your only chance of seeing a Sabo next turn. And now 10k into that Cavendish. Bringing him down to 1 card in hand, which means his Sabo is gone. Alright, let's see it. L4 KO the Rebecca. bring the Enel up to 11k. And then the non-boosted Enel will go straight into that Cavendish. Oh, okay. That's an interesting choice. So that means he's going to try to go 7 on the Saltori instead. Potentially try to bleed him out of the Cavendish. I think he's realized that, yeah, that probably wasn't the best idea. As much as he wants to progress the game state, just clearing both of those guys just puts you in such an like irreversibly huge position. You really want to attach all of these, and you want to swing into that Sabo. No, what? That's crazy. Wow. So he wants to go 7 into... Yeah, no. Yeah. You need to do that. You need to. It was an unfortunate error. Yeah, 14 into Sabo. $15 into Sabo, yeah, that's what it should have been. And then 10 into Cavendish. If only he had the extra power. Let's go. No. 3-3k lead. Oh, that has to stay on top, surely. You want that Mama Ragra. Okay. Excellent. Next turn is just gonna be so strong. You can go like 11, 11, 10, 11, 11, 16, and you know your opponent has nothing. Was that the Sabo? Did he sub-deck it? He's got it. It's here. Here it comes! Okay, so one more turn. Using the Fire Fist. Bringing an Enel down to 2k, greatly reducing its ability. Five cards in hand for the Enel player. Okay, looks like he's bringing down the blocker. So that means if he wants to block, he's going to, yeah, kill the Enel. Also raises leader to 8k, meaning that, wow, he even needs to sacrifice his Enel or go to 0. And if he goes to 0, it means he's in Roger range, which means he'll need to kill the Lucy next turn. Let's see. Do you feel like you can end the game next turn? No. But do you want to lose this NL? Also no. He has to though. Wow. Amazing. That double attack, eating that just took so much. Oh my god. Another 7 cost Sabo into 5 face combo next turn. He's playing with his heart and his soul aligned. You've got to go for the 6 cost Enel here. Your only chance is to kill your opponent, and to kill them very quickly. Oh, going for the holy. Let's see how this goes. Wow, what a game. This is a lot longer than the first one we watched. There is a lot to consider here for both sides. I'm not used to doing this much commentary. Okay, 1. So he's not going to play the 6-cost Enel. He's instead going to Commissary into Mamaragram, bring it to 0 power and rest a 5k or less. You can now swing the Shura into it. That'll be 2k into 1k, burning it 2k from hand. Alright, let's see it. Going 6 in, playing it safe. I respect it. This was absolutely the right play, by the way. I didn't quite see it, unfortunately, but he is absolutely playing this perfectly right now. So he goes 6 into 2. And then 7 lead. Six lead. I guess he's hoping to find maybe the last Lightning Dragon. Using the Wandon for pudding. Is he gonna go one more Ichimon? One more 10k lead. Either way, he's gonna lose one. Oh, time rules, don't worry about that. Not really relevant. Alright, never mind. Don't need to skip anything. Okay. Both his older teammates are done. 10k lead again. Oh. What's he gonna do? Oh, he was considering killing the Shura. Mamaragram off the top. Would be crazy here. Play the Sanji. Nice 2k. We're gonna see another Sabo into Fire Fist, bringing one of those Enos down to 2k. Swinging into it with the Viola. This is actually gonna come down to the wire. Let's see how it goes. Is he gonna try to kill him? No. There's no way. You know you can live. And then you just need to top deck Roger. Probably checking directly for how many Mamarograms are available. Because if he attaches the extras onto Rebecca, it can be interrupted with both Mamaragram and Elthor. And he's not gonna like what he sees there, to be honest. Be very interesting to see how this goes. Sabo into Fire Fist will be a 8k minimum lead, and then 2 blockers, and then an Enel that can't attack. Such a huge momentum swing. One of the strongest combos in the entire game, bar none. Let's see it. Considering all his options, they're in time, so he can take as much. What? Whoa. So he was just going 9-11. Funny number. No way. Okay, now Enel needs to be careful. For all he knows, there are 7 10 so he can't block out of 15, so he needs to block this. There we go. Game is over. Wow, what a game. Just gonna pause this real quick and then wrap this one up. That was such a long video to watch. So really good play by both sides. I think the Sabo could have lived one more turn and prayed to top deck the Roger. Let's rewind the board state. So if you go Sabo into Fire Fist here, you bring one of the 2 Enels down to 2k. And you can swing into it with the Viola. ripping 1k out, and then you can go 8k at lead. Obviously the Enel can counter out of it, but that leaves him with like 2 cards in hand. And then he has 2k, 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 10k, and you have 2 blockers. So yeah, he probably assumed he had L4, which is a very, very safe assumption, which leaves you with 1 blocker. But you simply take the 10k, and then you just need to block out of like, what, 11-7, which he could have done. Definitely, considering he gets an extra draw as well. He has 3k. Actually, it would have been very close. I don't think it was a bad call, actually. But knowing that he added the 2k, it's just way too risky. I think you just needed to pray that your opponent messes up the math there. They're clearly a bit flustered by the L4 early. But yeah, thank you for watching. I will continue covering this. It was a very fun event to play at and to now commentate. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.